All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 4th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 519.72. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 are still in uptrends. QQQ, FNGU, and SPY made higher lows and higher highs, closing over the trap and over the 17 EMA. Diamond Dow and IWM had outside days closing under the trap. IWM closed over the 17, while Diamond Dow closed a second day under the 17 EMA. Gold still in an uptrend, made a new all-time high, while silver made a new 2-year high. Both made higher highs and higher lows. USO also in an uptrend, made a new 6-month high, made a higher high and a higher low, closing over the bullish trap and over the 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, closed a higher high and a higher low, but above the trap and the 17 EMA. US dollar index in an uptrend, closed the day around the 104.20 area, kind of heading back towards the flat 200 SMA. All right, let's take a look at some charts. All right, so here's SPY. SPY, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the rising 17 EMA. SPY for the 10-minute. Where did we find our pivot for this morning? We have this spike down and the price action comes back up. So my pivot's right about here, about 519.72, right in between this spike down and this recovery right there. So you can see that was the common area. Even though they spent a lot of time up here, this would be the area that I would be concerned about. If they broke that, then I think we're heading lower. Okay, so there's SPY. QQQ. Let's take a look at that on the daily chart. All right, so here's QQQ, higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, over the rising 17 EMA. So QQQ still in an uptrend. SPY still in an uptrend. FNGU got a higher low, higher high, closing over the trap, causing a bullish cross on the daily chart, closing over the trap and over the flat 17 EMA. There's FNGU. Let's take a look at Diamond Dow. All right, Diamond Dow had an outside day, got a higher high, got a lower low. Closed under a bearish trap and under the 17 EMA. That's Diamond Dow. IWM, aka Russell 2000, another outside day, higher high, lower low. Closed between the trap and the 17 EMA right there. So IWM kind of headed back towards those all-time highs. We'll see what happens. All right, so there's IWM. Those aren't the all-time highs. Those are the 2-year highs right there, headed back towards the prior highs made for this year. All right, let's take a look at our technicals. For the technicals yesterday, we came out of seller's chop zone. All right. Flashed our way right through the buyer's chop zone, came back, made a higher low, went right into the buy zone and just kind of spent some time there. And then we kind of slowly drifted lower back into the seller's chop zone. Okay, so there's T2122, T2123. If you go back and look at how to use T2122, making higher lows and higher highs, be bullish. When it starts making lower highs and lower lows, be bearish. Right there. So T2123. All right. So here we are. We started out. Nice green day. And then we had a little bit of meltdown at the end of the day. Just a couple of 15-minute candles right there. But all in all, that's a bull flag. Holding up quite nicely. 2123, 3-bar chart. Made new all-time highs yesterday. Right up there. See that? Those would be the all-time highs. Okay, made new all-time highs on T2123. That's the NYSE. All right, so FNGU indicator. All right, so you can see where that wound up. And here's the price action for yesterday. We ripped in the morning, right back to the flat 200 SMA. Couldn't get over it, pulled back to VWAP, and then retested it at the end of the day. Couldn't quite close a candle up there. Would have been nice to close a candle up over the downtrend line and over the flat 200 SMA. So here we are in the pre-market, kind of drifting up over it. So we're melting up. All right, so there's FNGU. All right, let's go back to our charts. Let's take a look at energy. We'll go take a look at USO. All right, so here's USO's candle for yesterday. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. USO, petroleum, crude oil, in an uptrend. UNG, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap right here and over the falling 17 EMA. All right, trying to fight off that downtrend, struggling with it though. So there's UNGs. Take a look at precious metals. GLD put in a new all-time high right there. Higher low, higher high. Closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Silver put in a new 2-year high, maybe 2.5-year high right there. Okay, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Silver in an uptrend. Gold in an uptrend. USO in an uptrend. Commodities are in an uptrend. I understand the cannabis stocks had a great day yesterday too, so maybe they're in an uptrend just as well. So there's silver, gold. Let's take a look at a few sectors. Start off with SMH. All right, still in a bull flag right here. Yesterday's candle. Got an outside day, got a higher high and a maybe not an outside day. Now, SMH got a higher low and a higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over a rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend. SMH. Take a look at XLK. Probably going to look similar. Higher low, higher high, closing over the bearish trap, over the flat 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend. We haven't broken these lows. Okay, so there's XLK. Let's take a look at XLI. These are our industrials. Got a higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Those still in an uptrend. We got semiconductors in an uptrend, precious metals in an uptrend. We got petroleum, crude oil in an uptrend. Industrials are in an uptrend. Semiconductors still in an uptrend. Technology still in an uptrend. If I didn't say it once or twice, industrial still in an uptrend. Let's take a look at XLF. This would be our financials. Outside day, all right. Higher low, lower high. Closing inside the bullish trap. Still in an uptrend, all right. Closing over the rising 17 EMA. So financials still in an uptrend. Transports. Got a higher low, higher high, closing under a bearish trap, under a flat 17 EMA, okay? Still in an uptrend, just kind of bull flagging right through here. So there's IYT. Not really trending up, but just kind of trending to the right, holding the current position as bullish. All right, so that's IYT. Let's take a look at our economic calendar now. All right, so here's the U.S. dollar index. And U.S. dollar, we had a nice little rally yesterday, courtesy of the U.S. dollar index right there. So we got a lower high and a lower low, closing around the 104.20 area. Headed back towards this flat 200 SMA. That's the blue line right through there. Okay, so you can see price action coming back to test this flat 200 SMA. All right, so maybe some more upside again for today. Okay, on the economic calendar, Mr. Powell spoke yesterday at 12:10. He's talking about rate cut likely this year. He said inflation is making some progress. So we'll see what happens. think if oil keeps creeping up, it's not going to make much progress much further. We'll see what happens. All right. So international trade goods and services get reported at 8:30. Jobless claims, going to get a report from that 8:30. Got a natural gas report at 10:30, like we do every Thursday. All right. Then a whole bunch of Fed speakers scattered throughout the day. You can see 12:15, 12:45, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7:20, 7:30. They all speak at different locations wherever they're speaking at for that day. You can see some of them are at the same time. All right, that means they're probably at different locations. For tomorrow, we got employment situation at 8:30. If we didn't get enough employment numbers or unemployment numbers right here today, and the ADP employment yesterday. We're going to get some more on Friday. And we got some more Fed speakers. You can see right here. But none of them are Mr. Powell. So I think the main event was already said earlier this week, yesterday on Wednesday. So other than that, light day for Friday. All right. So let's take a look at earnings. Earnings, we have nothing that's going to move the market, but there's some familiar names in there. You got Lamb Wesson, ConAgra, Lindsay Corporation, a couple of other ones in there. Bassett Furniture, we all know them. Again, nothing that's really going to move the market, but there are some familiar names in there. Okay, for tomorrow, nothing notable, nothing that's going to move the market. Monday, nothing notable, nothing that's going to move the market. Tuesday, same deal. All right, some familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. We got Tilray, WD-40, PriceSmart. You guys know these all before. Again, nothing's going to really move the markets and shake things up. Okay, so for Max Payne for today is not the one I wanted. Let's try again. Let's get the one I wanted. That would be this one. All right, Max Payne for today is 520, and there is one put for every call. That's it. That's the put to call ratio. So we could be headed back to 520. All right, and then we got a members room webinar around noon today. If you're a member, full-time member. All right, I want to thank everybody out there in Video Land. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Thank you in Video Land for subscribing. Please leave a kind comment. Please hit the thumbs up. Make sure you like it. Thank you for watching the videos. Appreciate all of your loyalty. Thank you. So I'll see you all at 4 o'clock. The rest of you, I'll take questions in the room. If not, I'm going to render my video. All right.